Very excited about our guys today. I thought they put in a lot of good preparation. There was a huge emphasis during the week about playing a four-quarter game, starting with our preparation and how we handled ourselves. I thought they did that really well. It's good to get a couple guys back. I think the way our defense played for 4 quarters, you can really see to get Brendan Kelly back, Pat Muldoon back, some guys up front to give us some pass rush there at the end. It's good to get Shelton Johnson. He's not quite there, I don't think, but to be able to give us some depth at the safety position was huge. The game was, I thought, was going to be affected by the wind. Most of the time, as a head coach, I've always, if we win the toss, we take the ball. But I made a decision to defer today just because I thought the wind was going to be a factor, and obviously, kind of the way it closed out, that was a critical part. I thought Monte really closed out the game there at the end. Field kind of saw some mojo go in the direction. He really had great presence out there on the field, and Joel Stave again continues to impress me. He doesn't do everything right, and obviously he's going to get better with every game, but what he gives us there is really, really something special. That's just going to keep getting better. And then again, I can't say enough about our special teams. I thought our punter, Drew Meyer, again today, sometimes hitting into the wind was critical with some of his punts, and our coverage units were pretty good as well. So with that, I'll open up for questions. I think from an injury standpoint, nobody severe. I think Dip kind of hurt his shoulder there, but other than that, nothing significant.
You mentioned Stott. You brought Phillips. Can you explain what?
Yeah, we've been the package that Kurt's involved with. We've been repping that probably at least 4 weeks. Might have been in our 5th week. We've been trying to get it in the game. So the offensive coaches and myself felt wanted to give Kurt an opportunity to get out there and show what he's got. It wasn't anything as Joel. We were going to do it on the 3rd series, and that's what happened. Obviously, it didn't work successfully, but Kurt's a guy that's got a lot of respect in the locker room. He's a guy that I think can bring some mojo. He's really got a good attitude, and just want to give him an opportunity to get out there and something we can expand in the future.
Jim Stott put in that 3rd play and throws the pick. Do you think that had any impact on him at all?
Well, the pick was obviously when he got hit. He threw the ball high, but obviously, yeah, you can take that and spin it however you want. But I think Joel knew all along what the plan was with Kurt coming in. We practiced it all month, so there's nothing really shocking to anybody. Well, no, I think he got cleared on Tuesday to practice. He had the club that Muldoon had. Shelton had one that was about 3 times that big, and it just didn't feel comfortable, so they started kneeling it down. He's 100% cleared. That just meant getting reps and doing the things he do during the course of the week.
Did you go to him because Caputo not playing as well as we wanted?
Yeah, I think Shelton really wanted to see how he felt. He actually hadn't, had full contact since the injury, and Caputo, I think, I don't know specifically, but Chris made a comment, let's get Shelton in there. Didn't know how the speed of the game was coming at him.
Rick, people have been talking about trying to get your 3 tailbacks on the field. That's been a big topic here. Do you think you're trying too hard? Because it almost seems like you're sacrificing rhythm for some of these guys to get things going, and that seemed to be an issue at the start.
No, I think today was really a good point. Monte and James went in, I believe, on the 2nd series. Melvin got to play around the edge there, and I think those guys, in general, kind of knew this. There's certain personnel groupings where that only them are going to be on the field, so we practice the exact looks that we're going to give them during the course of the week. But again, I thought it was going to be a 4-quarter game, and it's kind of exactly how it panned out.
How important was that 4th quarter offensively after kind of a stale first 3 quarters?
They're all important. 1st quarter, the 2nd quarter, the 3rd quarter, and the 4th quarter were all good. It was kind of nice to see our guys kind of take control in the 4th quarter and kind of manhandle the guys up front. I think offensively there were some nice plays that were opening up for. I think the play that broke it wide open was James' screenplay.
It seems like every time you throw deep to Aberdare, something good happens.
Not every time, but yeah, pretty close. I agree. I think that play in particular and others are really looks that come off our run game, to be quite honest. And it's not just the efforts of Abby and Joel throwing it. It's a lot of great looks up front with our O-line, our fullbacks, our tailbacks. It's a tough play to defend. Yeah, Kenzel, he's been real good. It's just, I saw that first one, and then I actually turned away. I don't think I saw the one that he put down on the field right before the half, but it was a little bit tougher day. I was watching some of those games earlier, and and saw where there are some games that were critically affected. I think the Penn State game, there was a play where a guy kind of misjudged it, and that's not a difficult thing with that wind kind of whipping around out there.
How nice was it to see James have some success?
It was great. All of our guys, but yeah, James is the guy that, last week I knew we would, in retrospect, I made a comment to Coach Amick and the offensive guys. I don't want to be talking about not giving reps on Sundays. I want to see it happen on Saturdays. And obviously to get him involved and hit that play was critical.
You mentioned the screen. I think Devin said that.
I was giving Devin. I thought he was going to score. I saw the break that he was going to get, the out route, and I thought he was going to streak down that sideline, but he kind of lost his footing there and came forward. But obviously, anytime he can turn turnovers into points, it's huge.
How encouraging was the second half offensively?
Very encouraging. I told our guys too, kind of made an emphasis before the game today. We'd prepared well all week, and guys had gotten into it. And Matt Shaughnessy was our guest captain. He came back last night and gave a great message about taking advantage of opportunities when things don't go wrong. It's really just somebody trying to test you and see what your response will be. And I made a special appeal to our guys today to have some fun. You guys will see him. I don't know if anybody requested Ray Ball, but our guys make huge fashion statements on game days. They all wear their shirts and ties. Ray Ball comes in and he's got this nice collegiate look, and everybody, I just kind of made him stand up, and everybody took notice, and we all kind of laughed. I said, that's my point today. We work way too hard, put in too many hours not to enjoy this, to win football games and have fun doing it, and I thought that was a huge, that really came out today. I think our guys enjoyed playing in the fourth quarter especially.
Brett, how much did you lean on your offense, or on your defense in the first half when the offense was getting on track?
Tom, I thought it was, like I said, that wind was playing tricks out there with the kicking game and stuff. I knew our defense could play well. Shoothouse obviously came alive on a couple plays up inside, but I really, and I've been stressing to our defensive guys, and I give a lot of credit to our staff, if we just can line up and play and make them earn every inch, they're going to be hard to score on just because you got some plays. There's a couple plays where 44 could just come out of nowhere and make a huge, huge tackle. Same thing with 53. We just got too many good athletes that can run. If we keep the ball in front of us, we're eventually going to make the defense, make the offense stop.
As you go forward, how important is it to get deep ball? Everyone's been lining up, stopping your run game, but they'd be able to throw that deep ball going forward.
Yeah, Nebraska had a couple plays. We had some key plays that went deep, and actually Joel throws a pretty good deep ball. So I think that those things to defend, what we got to be able to do is set it up, but we also have to execute the run plays that come with it as well. Yeah, you know what? That was huge. That might have been the biggest play for anybody on the field today. I believe that was a 48-yarder. Was that correct? Kyle has been good in camp at times. It's just at times seems to miss-hit it, but I thought that was a huge confidence boost today. I got a lot of faith in Kyle, and hopefully it's going to be a lot of good kicks moving forward.
What did you do to get your pass rush going? I mean, you got some guys healthy, but you did some different things with your nickel, it looked like.
Yeah, we did, and then I think two things, Tom. That I said it right away because I mean it. When you have defensive line depth, that helps you pass rush instantly. Those guys were getting after it in the third and fourth quarter. The quarterback's a good athlete, but we knew we wanted to keep him in the pocket and be able to move it around. And then we did bring some pressures, some five-man pressures that I think were critical as well.
Coach, just building off of that, do you think that Dipple's progressed more than you ever thought with him taking advantage of the time with Muldoon and Kelly out this season?
Yeah, Dip's a high motor guy. We were watching the hit film this morning, and he had a huge sack a year ago in that game. And Dip is he makes me mad a lot, but he's probably one of my favorites just because of the hard as he plays, and he's kind of a fun kid to be around and kind of a knucklehead in certain ways. So I think it's kind of one of those things where he brings some energy, plays a lot harder than others.
Did it remind you at halftime at all last year's game at Illinois, and did you expect the same kind of second half?
Tom, it didn't pop in my mind. I get it, except for our game a year ago. If I remember, we couldn't do anything in the first half, and we were able to do a few things, at least in the first half.
Looked like Monte really hit a groove in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he got stronger, and he's been right there. I've said it before. As the NFL personnel come through, they haven't been down on him. They've been impressed with how quick, how agile, how strong he looks, and to finally get some yardage, I thought was really, really positive for him, and obviously to find the end zone is nice as well.
Do you know what happened to that official?
I think, don't know for sure, but somebody told me that Ray Ball ran into him. If there's one guy you don't want to run into, it would be Ray Ball. Besides him looking nice today in his sweater and tie, I think that's what happened. It was kind of like when they were running out for the PAT field goal.
Can you talk about the decision not to be a little more aggressive at the end of the first half going into halftime?
About what, man?
In terms of play calling offensively?
Start again.
I'm sorry, can you talk about the decision not to be a little more aggressive play calling going into halftime right at the end of the second quarter there?
Yeah, I thought we were being a little bit aggressive. We called timeouts to get the ball. That's why you called a timeout when they failed to convert on third down, which stopped the clock, which gave us the ball. We go 2-minute offense. Obviously, you got, I think, 2 first downs, but at the end there, obviously just trying to run the clock out because we weren't going anywhere, and there was like 8 seconds.
Did you think about a Hail Mary there?
Did I think about what?
A Hail Mary?
No.
Coach Derek Watt, does he continue to make progress in various areas for you?
Very athletic. That catch he made over there on the sideline, and just as a side note, our trainer grabbed me and said that all indicators for that Illinois player were very, very positive. Everything was checking out, at least the information I was given. So, but that was a big-time catch, a big-time play. He's got tremendous hands, very gifted, very, a kid that I think his upside is just unbelievable.
From a game aside, do you think any of your tailbacks are really happy with how they're being used right now? Today, after today?
Defer to them. So I don't see anybody that's mad or upset. I see a lot of guys that are upbeat. They believe in winning football games. One of the things I love about our tailbacks is, they're really good players, but they're obviously very, very good people. So they just want to get better and make themselves improve.
Anything else for Coach?